friends, this is the Bijou Baker. I'm Maria. Today we are going to do cake decorating tips. In the link below I showed you how to make this beautiful buttercream. It's a Swiss meringue buttercream. What is it? The Swiss Buttercream, I think? Make that. Now, this video is for my cake decorators, for my beginning cake decorators, because there's a lot out there. And I had a question like, how do you decide, how do you determine which is the best way when there's hundreds of techniques and styles, and there are hundreds of styles. There's really only a few techniques. Weird, right? I can take one tip and decorate an entire cake using just one tip because I know the different ways to use them. Whatever tip it is, whether it's a star tip or a rose tip or a leaf tip, you can use one tip to do so many different things. The only difference between my cakes and your cakes, practice. That's it. That is the only difference. I started right where you're at, and all my stars and dots look like funky, wonky toys until I practiced and practiced and practiced. So I'll tell you what, if you want to be a good decorator, and you clearly do if you're watching this, take a cookie sheet and a bag of icing and decorate the heck out of this cookie sheet. That's all you have to do, over and over and over and over until you find your rhythm. And it might take a few times. It might take just one full coverage. You might have to do it 3 or 4 times. Don't worry about the speed. The speed will pick up. Accuracy, that's what you want. So I re-whipped the buttercream that I made and I stored in an airtight container, and I'm going to be using that. So you have a plastic bag. These are disposable, but they're pretty durable, so I use them a couple of times before they finally give up the ghost and leave and break or pop or whatever. But until then, I'm going to use it. And bags come in all sorts of sizes. It's measured from top to tip, and I believe this is a 16 or 18 inch bag. This is just your average tip for decorating. You've got the great big bags that you use for icing and whatnot, but this is the only one we're going to be concerned with. If you don't have a 16 inch and you only have a 12, fill it up a few more times. It doesn't matter. And the other thing you're going to need is a coupler. C-O-U-P-L-E-R. A coupler. This goes inside the bag and lets you change your tips. Now, I don't have it all the way to the end because I'm not quite sure. I don't always know what I'm going to do. But you definitely need to make sure that this part does not pass these tiny little, where is it clear? These tiny little prickles inside. The lowest point. You need that lowest point cleared, and then you're good. So you put your tip in, and it comes with a little cap, and you screw it in. This baby's not going anywhere. It's good and it's secure. The cap here is keeping the plastic in place, all right? So I'm going to show you how to fill a bag. I know my other decorators and you that are more advanced, this is like second nature to you, but you had to catch, you had to learn too. So let's, we're going to let these friends catch up, and then we'll be right on target. So let me show you how to fill this. Okay, so you're going to use your hand. Your hand is going to be your best tool for all this stuff. So you're going to use your hand. About halfway through, you're just going to put your hand there, and then wrap this over your hand. So now you have a tool, a grabbing tool, and your hand's clean. This is a huge tip, guys. You want your bag cleared at least a hand's length. You don't want icing anywhere up here because it's gonna, as you squeeze, it's gonna ooze out, and man, that is a mess. So you put your hand in, you put your hand out, you do the hokey pokey. Don't do the hokey pokey. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so this is it. And you saw, essentially, all I did was wrap it around my hand so I can use it. And then I'm going to fill it just with, like I said, I re-whipped this icing. I did add a little bit more powdered sugar till I got to a consistency that I was comfortable with. But for this, I promise you, it doesn't matter so much. And then just fill your bag. I'm trying to show you and I'm not. Shove it in. Shove it in. We have company. And shove it in. All the way down. And there you go. So this is the part you always want cleared. You want nothing there. Twist it and then you're good to go. All right, so we have our bag, beautiful as it is. And this part I always twist because when I squeeze, I want it to come out this way. If you don't do that and you squeeze, it's going to come out this way. I'm telling you guys, you really want to keep this opening as clean as possible. And I'll even come in and scrape it if it's this dirty. I never get it this bad, but I wanted to show it to you. So from here, we'll squeeze. Now, if you're right-handed, you're going to hold this part in your left hand. And you're going to control it with your right hand. And right about the size of an egg, a large egg, or maybe I think a baseball smaller than a softball, whatever is most comfortable in the palm of your hand, this is twisted, and then this is going to be twisted. Now this is going to be coming out. I'm not worried about that. I'm not at all worried about that. But let me just ooze it in. And you're going to twist it. So you got it twisted two ways, right? This is just stock up. This is just going to wait until I'm ready to use it. The whole magic is right here. Whatever's going to fit in my hand, that's all I'm going to worry about. So my left hand is going to hold the weight of this bag, and my right hand is going to be doing everything here. So you take a star tip, which is number 22 or 23, or an open round tip, like a tip number 10. Don't worry about remembering the sizes. As you use them, you'll remember them. But if you go to the store and pick up your tips, you'll see the ones that are the most popular. But whichever one you use, the technique is exactly the same. I'm showing you technique, not design. The design will be your own. So you got it wrapped up in a sausage kind of way, and the magic starts here. When you squeeze, you're going to squeeze from here like this. You're going to, not like this, squeezing it like you're squishing something, but you're going to like accordion the stuff to come out. You got that? And so this is going to be just kind of held up in the air. That's why you always see cake decorators doing this, because they're just holding their extra in here. When it's time to fill it, you see that they squeeze, twist, and continue. This is just ergonomically the best thing to do. Don't rest it on your hand, because after a while, I've known this from experience, the weight can give you carpal tunnel. If you have a lot of weight on here, I had royal icing, which is the heaviest. It's like cement resting on my wrist as I'm trying to work it, and kind of mess myself up. So you hold it up off your wrist and then go. So I'm going to bring you real down because I want you to see exactly what the part is. Okay, so we have our bag, we're ready to go, and we're going to learn drop flowers. It's all about repetition. And this, like I said, the speed is going to come out later. Don't worry about it. But you want to get this part right. So I'm going to tell you what not to do, okay? Let's see. Where are you? So you're going to start here and you're going to squeeze and let go. That's what you don't want to do. What you're looking for is this. Okay? The difference is I'm squeezing and I'm letting go as I'm lifting. Here, I'm squeezing, let go, lift. Squeeze, let go, lift. Squeeze, let go, lift. Now, you do this for the entire pan. You will absolutely get your rhythm. Okay? So, fill up your whole pan with that. Scrape it all off and put it in your bag. All right? So that's the first thing we're going to do. The second thing we're going to do is shell borders. Always get your bag ready. Now, your process is always squeeze, let go, lift. If you don't squeeze, let go, lift, you're going to get your tail. Okay? Example. You're going to squeeze, let go, and this time you're going to drag. Squeeze, let go, drag. So right where this ends, that's where your next one is going to start. Squeeze, let go, drag. And believe it or not, after a while, you really will get your shell borders. Right? Okay. So squeeze, let go, drag. You gonna sing it with me? Squeeze, let go, drag. Okay? Once you've scraped this off, you have stars all over the place. Scrape it off. Reuse that same icing and make your shell borders all over the place. Wipe it off. And then you're going to start just doing filigree and you're really just going to play with it. Now, the M, a capital M and a small m, two completely different looks, even though it's the same technique. So the a capital M is really going to be like a zigzag. Constant pressure. Now, what you might want to do is get, in fact, let's just do it. After a while, you will have this all down by heart, but only if you practice. I kid you not, that's the secret. That's the only difference between your cake and my cake. So I have a piece of parchment paper and a ruler. That's it. That's all I got. And I'm just gonna mark it out. Oh, let me try a different marker. When all else fails, go to your basic pencil. So I'm just marking it off the width of the ruler. I should have done this and had it ready for you, but I didn't. But you're still going to get the idea. All right, so we have this beautiful writing pattern protector. So, capital M's. Same constant pressure. Okay? Fill it all the way over. If you do small m's, constant pressure when you're doing borders, you see? It's the same process, just a different look. And the letter E, small e, that's all this one is. Let me see if I can bring it closer to you. It's going to be upside down to you though. So I think I'll do it upside down for me. Okay, small e. And that was, I let go before I lifted. Okay, let go before you lift. That's your mantra. Got the zigzag, the M's. The W is exactly the same, obviously. The L is the same. Just, I'm telling you guys, just play. Just fill your paper up with zigzags and lines and stars and dots, and just play with it. Get this out of the bag. Staying constant. Squeeze, let go, lift. You practice this. If you guys fill up a whole cookie sheet with each one of these steps, I can guarantee you are going to just nail everything else. Okay, so when you're using this parchment paper, roll it up, squeeze it back into your bag, and it's ready to go. Use the cookie sheet, scrape it out, put it back in your bag, and keep practicing. And like I said, I've made batches when I first started out just to practice. After a while, you may need to add more sugar to stiffen it up. I just used shortening and flour. Got the consistency I needed. Wouldn't need it, but it worked. The biggest tip I can give you to being a great cake decorator: practice. That's it. That is, I kid you not, that's the magic. So work on that. Next video we're gonna do, we're gonna decorate a cake just using these techniques and the different tip, and you're gonna see, even though it's the same exact technique, it's gonna look so different. So practice and then get ready, and then we'll make the next one. Okay? Take your time though, take your time. The speed will come. It'll come. All right, my friends, until next time, happy baking.
Ah, that was fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe.